Okay, hello everyone and welcome to my very first video of me riding anywhere. So we're gonna go on a ride around the Sound Downs. So we're gonna see how that's gonna go. This is gonna be an interesting test for my camera and for my microphone. I have no idea if it's gonna work. So we're gonna see how that will be. Hopefully it's gonna be a good fun. Hopefully the video is gonna look good. Hopefully you're gonna hear me okay. If you don't, it is what it is. It probably won't get posted. But if you do, hopefully it all goes nice and easy, and we're gonna have a nice route around the South Downs. We're gonna avoid any big motorways or anything like that as much as possible. I have my GPS on and everything, so should be a good fun ride. I did some settings for the camera, so I'm using a DJI Osmo Action 4. I preferred it over the GoPro. I talked with a few people, I watched some reviews online. It seems that the majority of people have had problems with the GoPro in the idea that it kept getting stuck or frozen, the image. The sound kept going, but the image didn't. So that would be annoying. And apparently the DJI is pretty good, so we'll see how that's gonna go. I'm using the Cardo microphone to actually record. So let's see what's going on here. So I'm gonna overlay that over the image. I did a little bit of a ride yesterday to just kind of check some initial settings for the camera itself. And I wasn't very happy with the quality of it, so I checked some more settings and looked at people who know much more about filming and shooting than I do. And they came up with this one, so we'll see how that goes. And I'm truly and honestly hoping you're not hearing as well all the indications from Google Maps like I do. I just put them on pretty much to have every single indication, just because this is the first time I'm recording anything. It's probably a bit hard and a bit weird to talk all the time and pay super attention to where I need to go, especially if I've not been on that road before. So you might hear me go, or probably better said, not hear me. You might just see me go a little bit quiet and not talk sometimes, or you might hear me talk through the bike safe instructions. I've done the course recently a few weeks ago, and they're still fresh in my mind, the system that they use, and I try to repeat that to myself, but especially if I'm on roads that are a bit more, let's say, challenging, right? So outside of town, if they're a bit more speedy, a bit more speed, you can push through in terms of positioning and everything, but also in town it's really good to just check yourself and make sure you know where you are. But yeah, I am hoping that the new settings for the DJI are a bit better. I think one of the most significant changes that I've made was to go to the ultra wide and also go to manual for the ISO and the shuttering. When I came out of the house, I just turned on the camera a little bit just to see how the light was, and it was a little bit too bright, to be honest. So I increased the shuttering. I know as far as I read, the rule of thumb is to have the shuttering double the amount of your frame rate. So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually shooting in 4K 60 FPS, so hopefully that's gonna look quite nice and smooth. But yeah, what are we going for a ride? We're going down to the South Downs, which have some really nice roads up there for bikes. It was actually the same kind of roads that we were on with the bike safe course. That's how I discovered them. I really enjoy them. I've been there a few times since. And when I say a few times, I actually mean a couple of times. And that's very recently as well. So yeah. Up here on the left, we have the QA hospital. For those of you who don't know, I actually used to work there. During my university, I did a placement there in the HR department. It's quite a nice place in terms of work-wise, I mean. There's also some good nice roads there. There's a nice biker meetup point at the top of the hill down by a burger van, which is pretty good as well. I've not been there an awful lot. I keep saying that I do want to have more biker friends and hang out and go out on rides, but I don't know, I also find it a bit difficult if you have a bit more of an active life and you do quite a few things outside of, full-time jobs and dancing a little bit, stuff like that. It's not a lot of time that gets left. So, yeah. But hopefully you'll enjoy the ride. And like I said, I'll just take you with me. Enjoy the views. Enjoy the feeling of being on a bike. Maybe you're sitting at your desk and just dreaming about going out with your bike so you can have me in the background. Whatever the case may be. I have no idea. I have no idea how often and if I will be posting or anything like that. But it's still good fun. I think it's a nice experiment. Try and share a little bit of the passion and the love with the world. Why not? Oh, this is interesting. I've not taken that road before. It's actually fun. So I need to go around and connect at the top. Okay. Shall see. It's actually much warmer than I expected it to be, which is very interesting. I did not expect it to be this warm. I only have a fairly thin top underneath my jacket, and to be honest, it's more than enough. So let's see how we do when we pick up some speed. Go. There you have, we're at the top of the hill. You can see the beautiful Portsmouth. Probably a few of the islands after it as well. Well, a few of the neighboring cities on the right and on the left. I'm actually very curious how you can hear me as well. I do prefer to kind of ride with my visor up quite a lot of the time. Let's see. Here. So I am curious if you can hear me okay when the visor is up, but also I'm curious if there is a difference when the visor is down as well. It's not fully down yet because it's quite warm, so I have a little bit of a crack in it. So we'll see how that goes. Also, the camera now pretty much covers one of my vents, the one at my chin. So that doesn't necessarily help too much for keeping myself cool, but it is what it is. I have glasses as well, so I do like to have my visor up, and I have some protective glasses that I wear while I ride. It's just that now with summer being here, there's an awful lot of bugs recently that I keep getting hit by, which is not the most fun, especially if one gets stuck inside the helmet itself. It's never necessarily very good. So, yeah. That's a really nice view down there. Very, very pretty when the tide is in. Tide is out, not the most fun. So yeah, hopefully the roads to where we want to go to the South Downs are pretty nice as well. I've never gotten to the road on which I want to go on through here. I usually take the M3 towards London and then pretty much just come out on the exit towards Petersfield. But you know, being on a bike is pretty boring to be on a motorway. It's not a point of being out the motorbike visit. So hopefully we'll get some nice roads. Damn it. It was a nice challenge. When I was doing the bike safe course, the police officer mentioned if you ride to work or anything like that, just set yourself a challenge and just try and go to the work, all the way to work without putting your foot down, which is pretty good because it makes you think in advance quite a little bit. If you try to aim to go for it, just try and anticipate what's going on, slow down where you have to slow down. Those were some big holes, by the way. Slow down when you need to slow down and just anticipate what's going on, what's coming up, like a junction here, and is there a car that's going to pull up in front of you or anything like that? Are the lights going to change? It's just a nice challenge that just kind of keeps you in tune with whatever is going on, and I really like it. And whenever I go for a ride, I do try and think about it, and I do try and put my foot down as little as possible. So that kind of just makes me think, when do I need to slow down, how much should I slow down, or anything like that. So it's good fun.